Hello everyone, it's Felicity here. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to talk about how to deal with manipulations. I think that everyone in their lifetime has experienced certain degree of manipulations. Manipulations exist in friendship, business partnership, or relationship. And to me, manipulations are the means of obtaining certain personal gain through actions, communication, and obtaining information without people's consent or in a very subtle way. Instead of viewing yourself as a victim of manipulations, see yourself as someone who is worthy of paying attention to, or see yourself as someone who is worthy of being manipulated. Because manipulators are also people pleasers. They, in order to manipulate, in order for them to will others to side with them, or in order for them to will others to do what they need us to do, in certain degree, they have to use certain elements of people pleasing. So manipulators are people pleasers at a certain degree. Instead of seeing yourself as a victim, in your mind, whenever you come across a manipulator, say, thank you for paying attention to me, or thank you for pleasing me. So now you realize that you have personal power to choose whether to be manipulated or not. And how can you deal with them? A lot of people have adopted a strategy of giving out false information, or creating a mask, or giving out a false self-identity to the manipulators in order to protect their own true essence. But this way, there's a danger in this. Why? Because the false self-identity or the mask need your energy to nurture the mask. And then there is a splitting of the energy. One energy spent to nurture the mask, another part of your energy to nurture your own true essence. So there's a splitting of energy. In this way, there's not enough focus of your energy to nurture your own true essence. So whenever you try to communicate with the love source or universe, there's some kind of blockage, because there's a side of energy that you create, the false self-identity that you create for the manipulator, and then there's a true self-essence. So there's a blockage because there's a splitting of two energies. There is the energy blockage of the flow. So the best way to deal is to create and present your true essence to the manipulators. Because why? Because this way you feel secure about yourself of showing who you are to the manipulators. And second, you are confident enough that you will not be manipulated no matter what. It requires you to stay secure about yourself and not be afraid about being judged by others, and feel secure about who you are and sticking to your own true essence, sticking to your own true path and your true destiny. Because no matter what the manipulators do or say, they cannot will you to their own power. Why? Because you feel secure about yourself. Imagine that, marketing is one kind of manipulations. If you are secure about yourself, you will purchase a product or service according to your need, rather than how the advertisement tell you to do. When they are marketing a certain beauty product or certain things, when you stop labeling yourself or identifying yourself with certain kind of identity, status, or materialistic worldview or beauty, you just stay out of that and purchase a service or a product according to your need, rather than seeking the identification from certain product or image or certain service. So when you feel secure about yourself, you will no longer be manipulated by the manipulators. And you also establish a healthy energy flow between you and the love source, between you and the universe and your own soul. You know, when you create a false self-identity or a mask, you are just like the manipulator. Because why? Because you need to manipulate your own false self-identity in order to present it to others. And the manipulators, they are also splitting the energy. Why? Because the manipulators would like to please the public or to please others in order to will others to their own need, in order to will others to agree with them or to do things for them. And so they have to nurture their own strategy, and then they have to nurture their own true essence. So there's a split of the energy from the manipulators as well. And when they are busy manipulating others and wielding others to their own need because of greed or because of some time of personal gain, they forget about their own lessons. They forget about putting their own efforts to nurture their own path, to nurture their own goal, or to nurture their own true essence. And manipulators are also followers because they are collecting information, observing people's behavior, and then adapt their behaviors, words, action according to the data that they have collected. So they are people pleasers, and then they are willing to adapt their strategy according to the favor of the public. And so they are the followers. When they are busy plotting and planning, they forget about inventing. Like inventors. You know, inventors sometimes or most of the time do not follow. They only follow their own instinct. They follow their intuition rather than following the crowd, rather than following the admirations and the trend that is projected from the crowd of people. So manipulators at a certain degree, they have forgotten about inventing things. So they just follow the trend and follow the data that they have collected in order to adapt their strategy to please a large crowd of people. And so to stay out of this kind of manipulating mode, they have to realize that they need to follow their own intuition, follow the guidance from the universe, rather than following some kind of data that they have collected in the mundane world. Sometimes it may work, but to have a greater sense of satisfaction, it's better for them to follow their own intuition rather than just mundane world, mundane data collected from the public. And so there's some kind of disconnection between them and the universe. They no longer listen to the universe, or they no longer listen to their soul or their destination or their destiny, because they're busy targeting on others, they're busy monitoring others, and they are also very busy pleasing others in order to will others to their own strategy, to their own personal gain. And so the manipulators never get in touch with your true essence because they are focused on the superficial way, the superficial level, without getting in touch with your own essence. And they are also being manipulated by the marketing strategy, by the public, by the crowd, a group of people, because they would like to please certain group of people in order to gain their admiration. And also they are being manipulated by their own greed, by their own ambitions, and by their own marketing strategy instead of listening to their own inner voice. And so, how can you encourage the manipulators to get in touch with you to eliminate this kind of obstacles and eliminate fear, eliminate manipulations, is to encourage the manipulators to have a direct confrontation, to have a direct conversation or communication with you. Because the manipulators are doing things behind you because there's a lack of security, there's a lack of communication, direct confrontation. So establish trust and eliminate suspicion between you and the manipulators are the way to solve this kind of manipulations. To encourage them, nowadays with advanced technology, with social medias gaining popularity, actually the social media encourage people doing things behind the scene, obtaining information behind the scenes. And there's a limitation of communication between the video poster or the photo poster and the viewers, because the viewers can only place the label like or dislike, or just give a very short comments. It's a limitation of communication between the posters and the viewers. So you have to encourage communication between you and the manipulators. And so I hope that this information and this video is useful to you and you are feeling empowered. So see you in the next video. Bye.